So my name is Justin Aitken. I'm a professional wedding photographer primarily, portrait and family photographer too, and I do the odd corporate and event photography. That's what I do on a professional level. I live in the beautiful Tauranga area, Bay of Plenty, New Zealand. It's on the east coast of the North Island, close to Mount Maunganui. We live about 2.5 k's from the beach and the surf. Somewhere where we grew up, or somewhere similar to where we grew up in South Africa, very close to the beach and the surf, and very coastal environment, which suits our lifestyle perfectly. I am the tutor for the Photography Institute. I tutor a lot of the New Zealand students, some Australian, US, UK students, students from all around the world, South Africa as well. And I also am the author for 3 of the advanced modules. The Lightroom Classic for photographers, the Advanced Wedding module, and brand new module that I've just released, Digital Portfolios and Critique module. I basically started out photographing musicians and bands, only because I'm a little bit of a muso myself, and I love music. And I was really getting into photography at the time as a hobby, and I felt, the best way to join the two would be to photograph live music. So I jumped into doing that straight away, and it's actually probably one of the hardest things lighting-wise and conditions and environment to photograph. And so I guess it was quite a deep-end jump. And I ended up photographing bands on stage and making an awesome amount of connections in the industry, and did a whole lot of networking. This was quite a while ago. And quickly realized that there was probably a bit more to photography, and I really started enjoying photographing people, lifestyle imagery, and basically using my skills to create awesome memories for people and capture weddings and other important events. And that's currently where my desire is at the moment. Software-wise, it's Lightroom, not Lightroom Classic for photographers. 95% of my work is probably in Lightroom. My workflow probably differs depending on what I'm photographing, but generally it's a process of rating and elimination. So I'll delete everything that I'm not planning on working on or processing, and then I'll go through the process of synchronization and adjustments in post-production. Batch editing, especially when it comes to weddings, to save time, while maintaining quality, of course. I use a little bit of Photoshop here and there when I need to, when there's something that needs to be removed that possibly is a bit difficult to do in Lightroom. I very rarely do any composite imagery work nowadays. It's all pretty straight out of camera stuff. So yeah, mainly Adobe applications. Well, I guess exactly that. Something that is different to the average, different to the normal, something that stands out, something that probably stops you and stops everything and makes you look at it for longer and makes you, become connected to it. Is there a story? What is the narrative? These are the things that I think make great images. Images that ask questions, or that force the viewer to ask questions about the content, questions about the story, questions about lighting, questions about everything that encompasses a great image, or a well-crafted piece of art. Try and create stories, try and create images with value, and images that have meaning and emotion, and I think you can never go wrong. Okay, the biggest tip I can give if you're starting out is to basically find a photographer, a local photographer, whose work you love, and try and tag along to assist, initially assist, whether that be helping them carry their bags, doing coffee runs, just helping them and being there, being present and learning. Be a sponge, learn as much as you can. You need not carry your camera. Don't try and dive into the deep end. Don't try and photograph 10 weddings a season before if you've even been around 10 weddings. If you've never been around 10 weddings, how could you expect to photograph 10 weddings? Find somebody who you can be assistant to, and don't expect pay for it. Just expect to learn that what you'll take out of experience will be far more worth than any pay you'll ever receive. From there, establish a connection with them. Show them your loyalty. Show them that you care. And offer to then second shoot. That would be the next step. Second shoot, become a second photographer. And again, the good thing about second photographers is there's less pressure on you, and you can still now learn by doing and creating imagery of your own from different angles, different viewpoints. And then obviously from there, once you've got enough experience doing that, I guess you could start. You got to start somewhere. You got to start photographing your own wedding somewhere. But without having that experience, that's what I did. I did a good amount of weddings for no pay, and I learned so much from the photographer who I was assisting. And find photography communities. Nowadays, if you're on social media, try and use it for the good, and that would be networking and getting in touch with others who are doing the same thing or want to do the same thing, and spend time learning from them, learn from others, absorb as much as you can, have an open mind, be kind, be cool, be nice, and the rest should fall into place. But it's not going to happen without hard work and a lot of devoted time. So you need to be prepared to do that hard work. And if you're not, then maybe it's not for you. And if you are, then go guns blazing and do it, and just reach for the stars. You can do it. You absolutely can.